Microsoft is doubling down on building AI from the inside. No longer content with being just a cloud provider for others, the company is investing heavily in its own infrastructure and models, aiming to compete toe-to-toe with the likes of OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google. But what does that really mean for tech, for users, and for the AI arms race? Let's dig in. On September 11, 2025, Microsoft quietly revealed a major strategic shift. The company will significantly expand its physical infrastructure, that is, its computing power, to train more of its own AI models from scratch. This move comes during an internal all-hands meeting, where Mustafa Suleyman, Microsoft's AI chief, told employees that Microsoft intends to build front-runner AI models in-house that are competitive with what OpenAI, Google, Anthropic, and others are doing. Key details. They already have one early internal foundational AI model called MAI-1 Preview, trained on about 15,000 NVIDIA H100 GPUs. But that scale is only the starting point. Microsoft aims for future clusters 6-10x larger, to match or rival other big players. So the gist: more chips, more data, more control. Let's see how this plays out. There are several reasons driving Microsoft's decision: independence and self-sufficiency. By owning more of the compute stack and training infrastructure, Microsoft reduces reliance on external models or vendors. That gives them more control on cost, IP, responsiveness, and security. Competition in frontier models. The leading AI model creators are pushing ever bigger, ever more capable models. To stay relevant in that high-end frontier space, Microsoft needs the scale to train large models, experiment, iterate. Pragmatism and multi-model strategy. Microsoft's strategy isn't to throw out all external models. They're planning a hybrid approach. Use in-house where it makes sense, partner, or pick the best external ones when needed. This gives better flexibility. Cost, efficiency, innovation leverage. As AI models get larger, the compute cost, GPUs, power, cooling, data movement, becomes a major factor. Having own clusters allows Microsoft to optimize for efficiency, custom hardware, and better cost per performance. Let's talk about what Microsoft already has in motion. MAI-1 Preview. This is Microsoft's early foundational model trained on approximately 15,000 NVIDIA H100 GPUs. It's being rolled out for certain text tasks through Copilot and tested via platforms like El Marina. It's a mixture of expert-style model that is some parts specialize in different tasks. MAI-Voice-1, a speech audio generation model that is very fast. Microsoft says it can generate a full minute of audio under 1 second using a single GPU. It's being used in features like Copilot Daily and podcasts. These prove that Microsoft isn't just talking about big infrastructure, it's deploying real models now. But Microsoft acknowledges the current scale is still modest relative to the top companies. Building out massive compute infrastructure for AI is great, but it comes with big challenges and risks. Here are some. Cost and capital expenditure, GPUs, especially top-tier ones like NVIDIA H100, data center real estate, power, cooling, network, all expensive. To scale clusters 6-10x is going to require huge investment. Microsoft will need to balance these costs with return on investment, supply chain and hardware. Bottlenecks, high-end GPUs, specialized hardware are in tight supply. Delays, costs, availability are real constraints. Energy and environmental impact. More compute means more power consumption. Data centers with massive GPU clusters need robust cooling, power supply, and environmental measures. Model development complexity. It's not just about having more hardware. You need massive high-quality data sets, good architectural decisions, expertise, ML researchers, engineers, and efficient training pipelines. Getting all those moving smoothly is hard. Competition and arms race pressure. As Microsoft scales up, others will too. Google, Meta, X formerly Twitter, XAI, Anthropic, all are pushing frontier models. That intensifies pressure. Microsoft needs to ensure its models aren't lagging in capability or safety. So what does all this mean from a user perspective? How might this affect your experience, your expectations, and the future of tools you use day to day? Better AI integrated into Microsoft products. Copilot, Office, Teams, Windows may become smarter, faster, more responsive because Microsoft has more control over the models powering them. Faster innovation and updates. With in-house models, Microsoft can iterate faster, test new features, tune for user feedback more directly. Potentially lower costs or maybe higher. Owning infrastructure and models might eventually lower costs compared to licensing external models, but initial investments are huge. The costs might still reflect in pricing. Privacy and control. Microsoft owning more of the stack means it can enforce stronger privacy and security controls. Less dependency on third parties may reduce data exposure risks. Diversity of options. As Microsoft builds its own models, there will likely be a variety of models, some specialized, some general, built with different trade-offs: speed, size, quality. Users may get more choice in what kind of AI they want: fast versus highly accurate, small versus large. In the bigger picture, Microsoft's move is part of a pattern. OpenAI, once nearly exclusive to Microsoft, is now negotiating a new structure that potentially gives more flexibility. Microsoft is keeping access, but the dynamics are shifting. Other companies, Google, Meta, Anthropic, xAI, continue to ramp up their own compute and models. Microsoft needs to be in that fight to stay relevant. We may see a fragmentation of models where different providers have models optimized for different domains: enterprise, consumer, voice, etc. Strategic implication. Microsoft wants to reduce dependency not just for competitive reasons, but because in AI, compute equals sign power. Whoever owns and controls large compute infrastructure has leverage over cost, over performance, over timing, in ways that are hard to outsource. Microsoft's decision to put more computing power behind its in-house AI models marks a key inflection point in the tech world. It's not just about building bigger, it's about owning more of the stack: hardware, software, data, and pushing forward in an AI race that's accelerating fast. The promise: smarter tools, more innovation, possibly better value, stronger privacy. The risk: huge costs, environmental strain, and falling behind if execution isn't sharp. What do you think? Will Microsoft emerge as a leader of frontier models? Or will the scale and complexity trip them up? Drop your take in the comments. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more deep dives into where tech is headed.